Do you want to start a YouTube channel, but you keep putting it off because you're afraid of what people might think of you or of saying the wrong thing? Hi, my name is Hexa, and on this channel, we are all about trying new things, increasing our health and happiness, and overcoming our fears. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you 7 reasons why you should start a YouTube channel, even if you're afraid, and debunking some of the excuses that people come up with for not doing it sooner. The first reason why you should start your YouTube channel is because regret is so much worse than failure. I found this great quote on Pinterest years and years ago, and it says, "I'd rather have a life of oh wells than a life of what ifs." There's always something to be learned from your failures, whereas regret only leaves you with more questions. When you fail at something, it provides an answer, right? You try something, oh, that didn't work. Now I know. Now I can try again, try better, fail better. But the only way not to fail is to fail to try, and failing to try is the biggest failure of all, because rather than getting those answers, rather than getting to try it out, see what works, see what doesn't work, all you get is this feeling of, I wonder what could have happened if I just put myself out there, right? Maybe you'll start a YouTube channel and it won't work out. That's fine. YouTube isn't for everybody. But if you don't even try, 10 years from now, you're gonna be looking back and you're gonna be thinking, I wonder what would have happened if I just started that YouTube channel. What if I could be like a millionaire right now with a huge business and be working for myself and be living the life of my dreams if I had just gone ahead and tried to start that YouTube channel, you know? And you don't want to be towards like the middle of your life or the end of your life and still be left with all of those questions and not be sure if you did the right thing by choosing not to try. Choosing not to try is a fear-based decision, and fear-based decisions are always bad decisions unless you are making the decision to go in the direction of your fear. When you're afraid of something, it's almost always because that thing presents massive possibilities, massive opportunities for growth. So when you feel that fear, that is your number one sign that you need to go in that direction anyways, because who knows what is lying on the other side of trying. Which leads me to reason number 2 why you should start a YouTube channel, because putting yourself out there opens you up to infinite opportunities. Justin Bieber, okay, love him or hate him, I'm not a fan personally, but Justin Bieber got discovered because he was putting his music videos up on YouTube, right? He was like, I don't know, singing or playing his guitar or whatever and just putting it up on YouTube. And he got discovered through his YouTube channel. And now he's like richer than any of us can possibly even fathom. Starting a YouTube channel puts you on the map. It gives you the opportunity to be discovered. It gives you the opportunity for networking, for people in your field to meet you, to see what you're doing, to get interested in who you are and what you're all about. And that opens you up to job opportunities and sponsorship opportunities and so many other things, so many other good things that can happen out of starting your YouTube channel. So just do it, you know? If you have something to share, if you have something to say, if you have something to teach, start your YouTube channel, because you never know where it could lead to. Point number 3, one of the biggest reasons why people don't start a YouTube channel is because of the fear of being judged or made fun of by others. Now, this seems like a legitimate fear at first, right? The fear of rejection. A lot of people have that fear, and it makes sense because human beings are animals just like every other animal on the planet, and we survive best when we are part of a group, when we are part of a tribe, when we can push each other towards success together, right? So kind of stepping out of the norm is really risky. When you're not doing what everybody else in your tribe, in your pack is doing, that makes you an outlier, an outcast. That can feel very, very daunting and like you're potentially kind of, you know, becoming a lone wolf, going out on your own. Our brains, like our primitive, instinctive parts of our brains are programmed to prevent us from doing that. But let me just tell you, every great inventor in history who has made leaps and strides in the field of science has been called crazy by his or her peers at some point or another. Another thing to keep note of is that when people tell you that you can't do it, that you're going to fail, what they're actually doing is projecting their own fears, their own insecurities, their own self-doubt onto you. When they say, you can't do it, what they really mean is, I can't do it, and I think that if I can't do it, you can't do it. Don't let people who choose to stay small drag you down with them. Just because they can't see the possibilities, just because they don't want to take that opportunity, doesn't mean that you shouldn't. Just because they think they will fail doesn't mean that you will fail. They haven't even tried. So why are you taking advice from people who haven't even tried? And another thing is this, I want you to remember this, just like etch it into your brain and never forget this. Happy people make people happy. Happy people are not spending their time commenting on people's posts, telling them how bad they are, how embarrassing they are, how ugly they are, how stupid they are for trying to do YouTube. Happy people don't do that. Happy people seek to uplift and inspire and encourage and motivate others. If you are getting negative feedback, criticism I'm not talking about like constructive criticism and good advice. I'm talking about people just straight up coming up to your face and saying, don't do this, you can't do it, you're gonna fail, you suck. That is not a happy person. Whoever's telling you that, whoever's like intentionally putting you down and preventing you from trying, telling you not to try, telling you not to go ahead with what you wanna do, is not a happy person. And you don't wanna be taking advice from unhappy people, because like, if they're not happy, how is their advice gonna make you happy? It's not. So no matter how perfect their life looks on Instagram, no matter how much more money they're making than you, if they are saying and doing things to you to try to make you feel bad about yourself, they're miserable as well. And they're trying to push their unhappiness onto you, which means you shouldn't be taking any advice from them because they're not living the life they want, because otherwise they wouldn't be putting you down the way that they're doing. All right, so again, remember, happy people make people happy. Go in the direction of the encouragement, go in the direction of the people who are uplifting you and encouraging you, because those are the people you really want to be listening to, because the fact that they are being kind towards you means that they are already happy and fulfilled within their own lives, and they're the person you should be listening to. Point number 4, another common excuse that people use for not starting their YouTube channels: there are too many YouTube channels already. There's enough people doing what I'm doing. The market is oversaturated. There's too much competition. Listen, nobody can do what you do exactly the way that you do it. I've heard this said so many times by Catherine Manning. She has an amazing YouTube channel talking about YouTube advice and how to grow on YouTube, and she says this all the time. Nobody can do what you do exactly the way you do it. YouTube is about people and personality. At first, they'll follow you because of what you're teaching them, what you're offering them, what they can get out of you. But the more that you provide them with valuable content, the more they'll start to care about you as a person. And that's where personality really comes into play. Nobody can be you. You're you. You are the only you that there is on the planet Earth, you know? You're unique in your own ways, and you can really kind of bring your own personality and your own twist on things into the content that you're producing, even if you feel like it's a niche that already has a lot of creators. There's always a way to niche down and find a super unique, super specific way to create the content you're creating and to get your message across. A great example of someone who does this is Bailey Sarian. She has a beauty and makeup YouTube channel. Everybody knows beauty and makeup is a huge niche. It's very, very saturated. People are trying to get into the beauty YouTube scene all the time, every day, right? It's highly, highly competitive. There's so many people on YouTube doing beauty, but what makes Bailey Sarian really special and really unique is that she combines her makeup videos with talking about true crime, like, you know, murder stories and these really gory, like, conspiracy theories, cults, and all kinds of stuff. It's a really weird combination, right? Makeup and murder, you know, but it totally works. So she's been able to create this really unique, really special and interesting fan base off of doing makeup and true crime and bringing those two completely different topics together, and it works for her channel, and she's had a lot of success and people love her. She's an unproblematic queen. I love watching her, and you know, she just brings her personality, she just brings her interest into beauty, which is something that's like, you know, that everybody is doing, and she found a way to make it her own, and that's why she's so successful. So again, nobody can do what you do exactly the way that you do it. Just go for it and find a way to bring your personality into it, bring in that unique selling point, and yeah, get your message across in a way that nobody else is doing it. Excuse number 5, but I don't have the right equipment. I have to buy this, I have to buy that. I can't get started because I don't have the right camera, the right laptop, the right microphone. Oh my God, no. You do not need to spend thousands and thousands of dollars up front to start a YouTube channel. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. No, don't do it. If you're watching this video right now, you already have everything you need to start your YouTube channel, okay? That's just facts. You don't need equipment, you just need ideas and a willingness to start. Like, who has ever thought, oh, I wanna start running because I wanna get fit, but I don't have the right shoes, so I can't start running until I buy shoes. This is a procrastination technique. You are procrastinating right now. This whole like, I have to buy something first before I can start is bullshit. I'm calling you out. You're scared to start, and that's why you're persuading yourself that you don't have all the equipment you need. That's not what it is. Get over that hurdle, get over that fear, and just start. Forget equipment. Equipment is not the thing that's gonna make you successful on YouTube. Nobody cares what camera you're filming on. Of course, like, it can up the production value and make your image clearer or whatever, but what people really come to your channel for and stay for is you. My most viewed video on this YouTube channel has 150,000 views, and it was filmed on a MacBook webcam with like the built-in microphone, built-in webcam, no additional equipment, no editing, all done in like one take. The video quality is awful, the sound quality is awful, but it has 150,000 views. It's about the content, not the equipment. Start your YouTube channel using what you have. See if you actually like this platform, right? YouTube is not for everybody. You might start a YouTube channel and just realize that you don't like doing it, that you don't like doing YouTube. That's fine. So that's why you don't want to go into YouTube having invested thousands of dollars in equipment that you probably don't even know how to use, just to end up realizing that you don't actually like doing this at all. So start with what you have and then upgrade later. Once you start having some success, once you start making some money, once you realize that you actually want to do this, that this is something you're really committed to, that's when you can upgrade along the way. If you have a huge income already, if you're making thousands and thousands of dollars in disposable income and you can just spend that money on whatever you want, and you want to start with a great camera, fine. I mean, I'm not gonna stop you, whatever. That's, you know, that's your choice. But I'm just gonna say that having a better camera is not going to be the thing that makes you successful. Nobody cares. Nobody cares what camera you're using. And being resourceful is more important than having resources. That's another thing I want you to remember. Being resourceful is more important than having resources, because resourcefulness is something internal. It's something you will always have. You will always, if you're resourceful, you'll always be resourceful, but resources are external. Resources are things that you can lose. You might not always have them, but if you're resourceful, you will always have that. Film on your iPhone, film on your laptop webcam, edit on your phone, edit using the computers in your school's computer lab during your lunch break, whatever. Do what you have to do what you can with what you have to get your channel off the ground, and then invest in new equipment and upgrading your equipment later. Excuse number 6, but I'm not good enough. but I'm not an expert. I read this thing once that says that you only need to be 10% better at something than the average person to be able to bring value and to be able to teach them something new. That's all you need. Just be 10% better than the average person. Another point I want to make is that sometimes it can be much more valuable for people to actually watch someone who's starting at a similar starting point as them grow and cultivate and learn a new skill. So for example, if you're overweight and you want to lose weight, if you see a YouTuber who's like super fit, they have abs, they have the perfect physique, whatever that is, and they're doing videos on weight loss tips, you look at yourself and you look at them, and your starting point is so far from what they look like, where they are, that you just feel intimidated. You can't relate to them. And you're like, oh my God, like how can I possibly get to where this person is? Whereas on the flip side, if you want to lose weight and you find a YouTube channel of someone who is also overweight, who is doing a series of videos on their weight loss journey, showing you how they lost weight and taking you through that journey, taking you through that process, and you get to watch the weight drop off them, you get to watch them make progress with their health. That is so much more motivating because they're relatable. You look at you, you look at them, and you're like, oh my God, we're like in the same boat. I relate to you. We look the same, we're both in the same situation. And then when you see that person succeeding at what you want to do, you realize, oh my gosh, if they can do it, I can do it too, because we're not that different. It's like if you're climbing a mountain and you're at the bottom of the mountain and you see someone else that's all the way at the top. You're like, oh my God, that is so far away. How will I ever get there? I'll never get there. But then you see someone else who's like 10% up the mountain. And you're like, okay, I mean, they're doing it and that's not that far away. I guess I could catch up to them. I guess I could get there to that 10% up the mountain. And then you just keep going. You just keep building on that. And then you get to 20% and 30% and halfway there and all the way to the top, you know, step by step. And you can apply this to anything, you know, you want to start a YouTube channel about drawing, but you don't know how to draw or you're not that great at drawing. That's fine. Learn to draw. Tell people what courses you're doing to learn to do that. Maybe you want to learn to play guitar and you want to do a YouTube channel about learning to play guitar. That's great. Show people your process. Show people how you're learning so that they can learn alongside you. It's so much more relatable, and it's just like you kind of like feel like you have that study buddy and that friendship. And you just relate, you know, you're equals in that sense. So bottom line, no, you don't need to be an expert. You just have to be willing to learn. You just have to have something valuable to share with the world in a way that is sympathetic and interesting, exciting, fun, entertaining, whatever. The last point on my list, probably the most common reason why people don't want to start YouTube. I'm shy. I'll embarrass myself. What if I say the wrong thing? What if people laugh at me? What if people think I'm stupid? First of all, remember what we talked about in point number 3. Happy people make people happy. The haters are not worth paying attention to because they're just some like little troll hiding behind a screen. Their avatar isn't their real face. Their name on YouTube isn't their real name, and they're just like leaving you hateful comments and telling you suck. Like, great, cool, bro. Like, what are you doing? So that's one reason why like this just, it literally, if you're getting hate comments, that person is in such a lower place than you are right now that it doesn't even bear thinking about. Don't even think about them. But aside from that, what I want to tell you is that camera confidence takes time. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the practice. Every big YouTuber who is like huge on this platform right now started out so cringy, so awkward, so embarrassing. They look back at their old videos and they're like, oh my God, what was I thinking? We all started there. Everyone who is popular on YouTube right now started in that same place. Nobody is perfect at being on camera right from the get-go. It's just, you know, practice makes perfect. And actually, perfect doesn't exist, first of all, but practice makes better. So that camera confidence, that ability to speak eloquently and concisely in your YouTube videos, it's gonna come with time, it's gonna come with practice. But another great thing about YouTube is it's not a live stream. You can literally edit out the bits that you don't like. If you say something stupid, edit that out. If you stutter, edit that out. If you have to go again, anything you don't like, you can just edit it out. Just take it out in post. I mean, I remember when I first started YouTube, I didn't know how to edit. I didn't even it wasn't even a thought that crossed my mind. So I would literally just film everything in one go. Those videos are awful. They're still up on my channel. If you want to watch them, I totally would beg you not to, because they're so terrible and so cringy. But I've kept those videos up on my channel just to kind of have my starting point out there in the world for people to see that I wasn't always filming on a good camera. I wasn't always editing my videos well. There were times when my videos were just absolute trash. Whatever though, everyone's a little awkward sometimes. Everyone gets a little shy. Everyone's a little cringy sometimes. Everyone says the wrong thing. You don't have to be perfect. You just gotta try. You just gotta put yourself out there. And again, editing is your friend. Anything that you don't like that's in your video, you can just edit that out. There will come a point though when you should probably get into live streams, because live streams are just another revenue stream, another way to connect with your audience. I haven't really done a ton of live streaming on YouTube. I've done a couple live streams on a separate app. But live streaming is definitely something that you can also get into. And I think a big part of being confident doing that is just get over that feeling that you have to be perfect, get over stop thinking that you have to be some superhuman entity to be on YouTube. No, be real, be human, be you. And maybe you are a little awkward. Maybe you are a little weird. That's fine. Keep that in your videos. People will relate to it. People will like you for you. There's nothing worse than building an audience that is based on a lie. I feel like that's unsustainable. If you're trying to be something you're not in your videos, it'll work for a while, but eventually you're just gonna feel trapped in this persona that you've manufactured, because nobody can pretend forever. So it's best to just get comfortable with who you are and just be you on camera, with your awkwardness, with your shyness, and just, try, keep going, build up that confidence, build up that practice. You'll get there in the end. So those were the 7 reasons why you should start a YouTube channel even if you are afraid to. I hope this video has helped someone, and I'm definitely hoping to do more YouTube related videos on my channel in the future. I'm gonna put a playlist in the end card of this video where you can find my future videos that are YouTube related. And I know some of you might be thinking, Hexa, this channel is about adventure, lifestyle, and mental health. What does YouTube have to do with it? Well, YouTube is a huge part of my life. It's something that has brought me so much joy and so much community, and it's something I'm truly really, really passionate about. And I think it's something that a lot of people want to be doing. They want to get into it, and they don't know where to start. They're afraid to start. They've got all these questions, and I would really love to be able to provide those answers from the perspective of someone who's been doing this for a pretty long time, 5 years. That's half a decade. Oh my gosh. At the end of the day, YouTube is a huge part of my lifestyle. It's a huge part of my life, and it's something that I think can greatly contribute to a lot of people's lifestyle and happiness. It can become a source of revenue, an income stream. So many people do YouTube as their literal full-time job. So I think it's totally relevant, and a lot of people have lots of questions surrounding social media, and I would love to be able to answer some of those and to help people out a little bit if I can. With all of that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you loved it, and if you did, please remember to click that like button down below and subscribe to this channel. Click the notification bell to be notified every single time I upload, and leave me a comment letting me know what kind of videos about YouTube you would like to see next. What questions do you have about starting YouTube, being on YouTube, anything you need help with, anything you've been wondering? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see if I can make a video on that. If you want to further contribute to my channel, you can donate on Patreon for tons of exclusive content, or you can buy something from my art shop, which is also linked down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.